Today we are setting up a Cyberpanel on Oracle, always free tier. And as you can see, I will create a VM instance. So this is the instance I created. And then this is the Cyberpanel I installed. It's really working and I've already created websites with it. So this is one of the websites, joshwp.site. It's a beautiful free condensed template. The page speed you can see on the desktop we're having 99% performance, which is good. On the mobile we're having 96. I've not optimized the images. So if we optimize the images, we can even go to 100 with this, because these images are very large and you can see the font is not even optimized. So if you're interested in knowing how I did this, keep watching. So the first thing is logging into your Oracle Cloud free tier. So here I'm already logged into my Oracle free cloud, and then I want to create a VM instance. And as you can see, I'm going to use the always free eligible instance. So I'm creating a VM. Give it a second to load. So we can call this anything we want. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to call it Cyberpanel. We go to the image and shape. We want to create an image and shape. In this case, we want to choose Ubuntu 22.04. So this is the canonical Ubuntu we're going to choose, and then you're going to choose the default one. Okay. Select image. So we already have the image. Okay, now we want to change the shape. So in this case, we can choose either Ampere or AMD, but most often the Amperes the instances are not available. For this demonstration, we're going to use the default shape. I want to paste a public key, and in this case, I'm going to use Party. You can download Party at party.org. So I'm going to use Partygen to generate a strong key. Click generate, and then move the mouse around this place. Just move it, the cursor, and then to generate automatic password. Not password, but a strong key. So this is the key. Make sure to copy everything. It's now copied, and then you want to save the private key. Do you want to put a password? No, this is a private laptop, so it's not a public. So this one I'm going to save it as cyber. Save, and then also save the public key. We're going to save it as cyber.public key. So we're already having those two saved. So now we can go back to our instance. Let's copy that in. It's now good to go. What else do we need? We do nothing. So on the boot volume, you can either increase. You have up to 200 GB. So you can. I think 50 is just enough for this demonstration. It's more than enough. It's more than enough. So we can now create our instance. So let's give it a time. So let's click create. Click create, and as you can see, our instance is provisioning. So let's give it a few minutes, and then it will give us the public address. So we already have our public IP address. Copy it, and then you want to go where you registered your domain name. In this case, I registered with Namecheap. So you can see this is my domain name is joshwp.site. Under advanced DNS records, I'm going to add 3 records. In this case, I'm going to add an A record at root. So, and then you're going to point it to this IP address, and then click save. We're going to create another one. In this case, it's CNAME for www, and then the target it's joshwp.site. Click save. So that's okay. And then we also want to include records for the panel. So in this case, we're going to call it cyber, and then IP address, our IP address. Click save. So we are good to go. You can also change this to something else, not necessarily cyber. It can be CP, something that you can easily remember, or maybe cloud. Maybe let's call it cloud. I think cloud sounds better. Cloud. And then let's save this one. You can also add mail records if you are planning to use mail. In this case, we're not going to use mail. So these are the records we need. So we can go back to our instance. So this is our instance. As you can see, it's still provisioning. So let's give it time to complete the provisioning. So there are some few things we need to do as it is provisioning. So there are some ports I've prepared. You'll find this in my blog post. So there's this blog post. Here you'll find the install script, and I will also add the ports. So don't worry, you'll find the ports. I will add the ports. So these are the ports that we want to add. Ingress rules. So copy all these ports. Copy all the ports. Go to your instance. So as you can see, our instance is already running. So we want to go to virtual cloud networks. Click virtual cloud networks. Scroll down to subnet. And then scroll down to default security list. So we want to add ingress rules. For our source CIDR, this is going to be 0.0.0.0/0. And then this destination port. These are the destination ports. So we have one for the panel. This is for the panel. We have for the SSL, and then the rest. This one is just for the mail. For the mail, if you're planning to use mail, so we have just added them in advance. It's good to add them. And then a description, you can just call it Cyberpanel. This is cyber. That's good. And then add ingress rules. As you can see, the ingress rules are already added, so we are good to go. So we want to install Cyberpanel. So we are going to use Party. Okay, open Party. We want to use. Click your IP address. Okay, paste your IP address here. So I'm going to call this one Cyberpanel. And then click save. And then we want to associate the SSH key. So we want to add the SSH key. So click on SSH. And then under this plus, click on that plus, and then under off. And then click the plus. Under credentials. So we have the field to add a private key. We just browse it. We created it, we called it cyber, remember. So open, and then once we have opened it, go back to session and then click save. Once you have saved, we want to open, click open or terminal, and then click accept. So as you can see from our dashboard, so the username is Ubuntu. We're going to log in as Ubuntu. So here Ubuntu. Next, click enter. Then okay, so we want to change to super user. So it's sudo su space hyphen, and then click enter. So you're going to find the install script on my website. The link is on the description below. So just copy it, the entire script, and then right click and click enter. So it's going to run the script, and it's going to take a few minutes. Please enter number 1 or 2. So in this case, we're going to ask Cyberpanel installation. Install Cyberpanel. Yes, we want to install Cyberpanel. So click 1, enter number 1, and then enter. And then you're told, we want to install Cyberpanel with Open Lightspeed. This is the free version, so it's 1. Enter 1, and then enter. And then, do you want to install the full install? Yes. Type in Y, and then click enter. Do you want to use remote MySQL? Of course, no. Click no, N for no, enter N for no, and then click enter. And then it will enter keys to continue with latest version specified as a press enter. Yeah, we'll press enter. So we have pressed enter, and then it will again, please choose to use the default. Now we don't want to use a default password, you just want to generate a random password. So in this case I'm going to type in R, I want a random password, and then click enter. Do you wish to install Memcache? Of course. And type Y, click enter. Do you wish to install Redis cache? Yes, Y, and then enter. And then I told that type yes or no with capital Y if you wish to. Okay, for what to do, type capital Y and then click enter. So now the panel is installing, so let's give it a few minutes to complete the installation, and then we'll come back. As you can see, the install script has completed, so we need now to copy some details, the password, and so this is the details we need to copy. So this is, we were here, just scroll up and make sure to copy these ones, your username and password, and paste them. I'll paste them in a notepad. So these are the details we have copied. Now we can access our panel through our IP address and via port 8090, and then our admin username. Our username is admin, and this is our password. So let us do this. So copy this. So copy this on your browser and click enter. So you'll be met with an SSL warning. Click advance and then proceed. We are now redirected to a panel, and we know that our username is admin, so we need to find our password, panel password. This is the password, copy it, paste the password here, and then sign in. We have successfully installed Cyberpanel and accessed it. We want to change this URL to a custom one. We don't want to use the IP address anymore. So to do so, just go to websites. We're going to add a website, create a website. Remember when we were setting up our DNS records, we set up a subdomain for the panel and we called it cloud. So we're going to use cloud for this purpose. So in this, so fill these details for the package. It's default, owner, admin. For domain name, in this case, we want to use the subdomain which we set previously, which is cloud. Okay, and then your email address, enter your email address in that, and then we want to choose PHP 8.1, the latest. In this case, we want only to issue an SSL for this one, so we want to create. Now let's create this website. So it has completed, website successfully created. So I want to issue an SSL to the host name. So this will be the host SSL. It's for the panel. I want to issue an SSL. Select your website. In this case, it's the subdomain. And then let's issue an SSL certificate. So it's issuing. Give it a second, a few seconds. So we can now access our Cyberpanel via this domain name and then port 1890. So let's try this. So we are going to use, this is the domain you're going to use, and then via port 890. Let's try that. You can see our panel has been issued with an SSL certificate, successfully issued. So fill your details and log in again, sign in again. Under website, go to lists, websites. A few things we want to do. Go to manage. Want to change some rewrite rules. Want to force HTTPS. and then want to go back again to websites. Under websites, want to create a new website. So add your details as before, and then click SSL. If you want to, you can add DMARC, open bar protection, and then create mail domain for this domain. Then you want to create a website. So our website is successfully created. For that case, we will go down to SSL certificate. We want to issue an SSL certificate to this website. Go to Manage SSL certificates. Click the website we are interested in, joshwp.site, and then issue an SSL certificate. SSL issued for joshwp.site, so that is successful. Again, we want to go under websites, go to list websites. So this is our domain. Go to manage. Want to rewrite some rule. Want to force HTTP. So rewrite rules. Force HTTPS. Then say rewrite rules. For that case. So it's successful. And then we can now, before we had a website, just go back to under packages. Want to modify the default packages. So click default package. As you can see, the disk space that is allowed is just 1 GB. Want to add that to 10 GB. Bandwidth 0, meaning 0 is equivalent to unlimited. And then the rest you can just leave them as default. Once you are done, modify packages. So packages are successfully modified. That's okay. And then we want to go to PHP. Under PHP, click PHP, edit PHP configs. So select the latest PHP version. You can change the memory limit. This is too low. You can change it to maybe, depending on what amount of RAM you have. So you can change it to 256 or 500 MBs. But 256 is good. Okay, upload size, you can change this to 200. In case you want to migrate a website and it's 2 GB, you can change this even to 2 GB. And once you are done with that, you can change to another value. And then I think the rest is okay. Just click save changes. PHP config saved. So we want to go down to security. Under security, go to firewalls. By default, Cyberpanel installs all the firewall ports and rules that are required. All the ports are secured. And then you want to go to mod config. It's not installed. Make sure to install mod config directions. So it's installing. Mod security has been successfully installed, and then everything has been turned on. That's okay. Save changes. Mod security config security has been successfully saved, and then we want to go to mod security rule packs. So turn this on. Okay, successful. And then we want to go back to, I think we're done. You can use Immunify for scanning your website. So this is the domain you're interested in. Go under manage. As you can see, your SSL certificate will expire in 89 days. That is 90 days. And then it will auto renew. Don't worry about that. So we want to go all the way down to add application installer. Want to add WordPress with light cache plugin or caching. So fill the details. Put your title for the form. In this case, just WP demo. And then your email address, your password, and admin. These are the credentials you'll need to log into WordPress admin. And then when you're done, let's install WordPress. Installation is successful. Now you can visit Josh's website. So let's visit our website. Let's open a new tab. This is josh.site. Let's see what we have. So we have the default WordPress theme. So we can log in into our admin area /wp/admin. This is admin, this password, login. You can save the password and then dismiss this one. Go to plugins. You can delete the plugins that you don't need, like Hello Dolly, Successful Edit, Update, Akismet, Anti-Spam. Go to settings. Under setting, go to permalink to change this to post name. Save. Go to general settings. Want to change this to HTTPS. Okay, that's okay. Again, save changes. So settings have already been saved. So now we'll be using HTTPS. Under appearance, we have themes. Want to install a theme. Delete all of these. Just leave one at default. So this is the default theme we've been seeing. Just want to install a new theme. You can choose whichever theme you desire. You can choose in Nave, either General WordPress, Bloxy, Ocean WP, any. In this case, I'll be using Condense. So install Condense. This is what I use for most of my projects. Then activate. So as you can see, we have fully customized and customizable templates, ready-made templates that you can use. Some are free and some are paid for. So before we install any template, let's test the speed of our website currently. And as you can see, it's 100% on mobile phone. On desktop, it's also 100. So the performance is good. We're using the default theme. So I'm going to use the digital service template. Digital services. Change the color scheme as you wish. But I'm going just to leave it as default, and then want to import the full site. So it's finished. Let's view our site. So we can see our site, a beautiful website out of the box. Go to customize. Under general settings, go to performance, enable CSS preload, load Google font locally, and then publish. So you can see we have a 95 and 96. As you can see, the performance is amazing for this template. We have 0.7 seconds large contentful paint, and then we have 1.2 seconds speed index and 0.4 seconds for the large contentful paint. And it's an amazing, it's really great performance out of the box. Take advantage of it. So see you the next time. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel.